Hey Benjamin, how you doing? I've got your work up here. So I was just reading through your writing here. A lot of things here are very interesting. You end by saying, please give 100% honesty. And I'll tell you what, one thing you've probably learned about me by now is that I am very, very honest. I think it's really important. Sometimes so honest that sometimes students kind of misinterpret my comments as being discouraging, and I'm trying to make the best piece we can possibly get out of it. So, yes, I will be honest. I promise you that. Okay, let's go and take a look. So, yeah, this is superior, just superior to this. This image is so badly damaged. This wouldn't work in a student portfolio because you will get questions on the quality of that background image. So, this is superior. Okay, so of course, now I did ask students to include their banner ad in this week's announcement. I'm sorry, their magazine ad in conjunction with the banner so we can check on adaptation. Now, apparently, you haven't really adjusted your magazine ad yet with the new image, so I totally get that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what we have. You talked about a drop shadow in the type, and I'm not real sure. It's hard to tell, but I can't tell if this is a drop shadow or offset text. Drop shadow you don't want to use on text. Offset text is a superior technique. Basically, what you do is you take the purple text, you take this unwind, all your text, right? You set it in white, right? Then you duplicate that text, separate it, set that in purple. You take the purple, put it behind the white, and offset it a little bit, right? And that'll create the illusion of a drop shadow. It'll give you the contrast you're looking for, but it doesn't have the production problems and kind of the default kind of weirdness that is associated with drop shadow. So as I said, it's hard to tell whether you use that technique or an actual drop shadow because of the way this is rendered, low res. But if you are using a drop shadow, definitely try that technique, much, much more effective. Okay, unwind and refresh, and then book for two or more and save. That's not aligned. Let's take that and just align it. Let's get that in alignment with the U. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that whole composition and move it down and over to the right a little bit, right about here. Okay, and then down a little bit, increase that margin a little bit, that top margin a little bit. Okay, this background image, these wine glasses, this looks great. It looks so natural. It's really a good job. I don't recommend placing the type in a box. And the reason being, again, this points to portfolio. A portfolio reviewer or a hiring professional is going to look at this type placed in the box. And again, this is the part where I have to say, I don't mean this to sound discouraging, but design students and young, inexperienced designers have a tendency to want to place elements in boxes. It doesn't work because it creates a degree of separation instead of enhancing a degree of unity between the type and the image. So my recommendation is to remove that box. You don't need the URL because viewers know if they click on the banner, it's going to take them right to the website. So we don't even need to include the URL, just US St. Thomas VI. That's all you need. What I would do is I would set that in purple and I would move it right over here in alignment with the headline subhead right there. It'll be visible. It'll be perfect right there. Okay, now let's talk about the animation. Unlimited beverages included. Why say for a short time? So you're offering something, but then you're taking it back away. Do you see what I'm saying? So let's just offer it. Let's just say unlimited beverages included. All right, and that's your promotional call to action, right? That should be the same promotion in your magazine ad. Well, let's look at the animation. The animation right now, we know one thing about Amethyst Bay. We know they are looking to brand their resort as a relaxed atmosphere, right? So we took it, look at this type. Is this type relaxing to you? To me, it's not. To me, it's somewhat jarring because it's like on, off, on, off, on, off with this really aggressive blinking. My recommendation is this. Let's go ahead and take that type right there and let's just slow down that animation. I mean, really slow it down. Don't start with it completely invisible. Okay, start at about 20% opacity or so, then increase the opacity to 100%, bring it back to 20, and then follow that loop and really slow it down just to preserve that relaxed atmosphere, right? Okay, and that should do it. And by the way, thank you so much for pushing yourself to be your best because this work here is absolutely superior to this work here. Okay, hope you can see it. I sure can. The second I opened this, I was like, Benjamin, all right, good job. So anyways, that's where we're at. I'd like to see those changes reflected in your final submission. I'd also love to see your magazine ad, your redone magazine ad with the new background image. And I'd like to see these before, preferably by the end of this week, but definitely before you submit your final. This final part 1 is due next week during week 7. So time is of the essence here. We're coming down to it. As I was saying, I'd like to get a look at your final campaign so that I can make final comments before you submit for your final grading. And the reason I say this is because I would like this piece to be ready for your portfolio. I mean, ready to roll with no changes necessary. Okay, and that's my goal. I hope that's your goal too. All right, Benjamin, fantastic. Thank you so much for including your work. At this point, I think the most important thing is to get with me if you have any questions or if I can provide any further clarification. So again, fantastic job, and let's wrap this thing up, man. All right, great job. Thanks, Benjamin.